Chapter 17, Nikki Marshall. Did the world end yet? It feels like it ended. My mouth feels fuzzy like a carpet has grown in there. My head hurts a bit, and I feel like I've been hit by a bus. I don't remember what happened last night. The last thing I remember is partying at the tiki hut. My eyes open to blackness, a relief since I'm sure any light would just make my head hurt more. I have towels wrapped around me and something soft, but a leather feeling is underneath me, like foam covered in leather, but not a couch. I'm still dressed in my bathing suit, but I have an army jacket and pants on too. I'm freezing. Feeling around, I feel the edge of the thing I'm on. It's only inches from the carpeted ground. I sit up and find the ground with both my feet. No socks or shoes, so I'm happy that the ground is carpeted. My toes are already ice. Groping everything in reach, I try to find something. A candle, my flashlight, my phone, anything that could help me see, but there's nothing. How can I find my way in here if I didn't have any light? Standing up, I put down careful footsteps away from the cushion. I hold my hands out in front of me to make sure I don't walk into anything. It takes a while, but I finally grab onto something hard. A bookshelf. Am I in chapters? I must be. They have cushions in the way back, in the children's section. Great. Now I'll have to find my way to the front of the store with a million obstacles in my way. Bookshelves and tables and books are everywhere. I let go of the shelf in front of me. Going around it, I go into the darkness. Hopping bookshelf to bookshelf, I get pretty far. Finally, looking into the distance, I can see a bit of light. My bet is it's coming from the Finally, looking into the distance, I can see a bit of light. My bet is it's coming from the skylights over the boat. It must be daytime. Letting go of the current bookshelf, I make a straight line for the light. I run into a table. My thighs sting from the pain of the jab. Books fall onto the ground when my hand accidentally bumps them off. Before too long, I can get myself free of the store and into the light and the extremely cold ground. I don't know where anyone is, but they're obviously not in there, or they slept through all the noise I made. I jog to the last place I remember seeing everyone, to immediately find that some people are sleeping on the beach loungers. Why didn't I do that? I go through the glass door. It's getting colder just about everywhere now. After a detour to the bathrooms, I follow faint noises to the tiki hut. Welcome back to the dead. Where did you go? Matt makes a big drunken show of his words. The way he eyes me up and down makes me feel gritty and slimy. I woke up in chapters. I don't remember anything else since we started drinking yesterday. My shoes, they're on the floor by the table to the left. I slip them on. It's a huge relief for my feet until they start stinging painfully. Oh, sweetie, we started drinking 2 days ago. Do I know her? She seems vaguely familiar. The round glasses are familiar. Wait, did I black out for 2 days? Yeah, here, have a drink. Get rid of that hangover and clear your mind. Matt goes to hand me a beer, but I think better of it. I blacked out for a long time. Too long. I think I'm better off with pop or water. I don't feel that great. My head aches, and now my stomach is starting to protest as well. And there are questions that egg me from the night or two forgotten. Looking around, I try to spot something that is still full, something that isn't alcohol. I can't find anything. Did we drink straight alcohol the whole time? That might explain why I don't remember anything. Oh, there's one empty pop bottle. Good morning. Steph comes up behind me and hugs me. Want to go find food with me? Sure. And we walk off together towards the main food court. The Chinese buffet that was open still has a few drinks, so we take those and try to break into some of the other restaurants, but have no success. We decide to walk around until we find something, figuring that we'll have to end up going back to the dollar store. I hear some rapid footsteps behind us. Rushing to us, Brad and Sean descend upon us. Brad tackles Stephanie from behind, while Sean taps my shoulder as he leaps in front of me. I scream a little in surprise. Hi. Hey, Sean answers. What are you lovely ladies up to? Brad asks. Walking the mall, just like old times, I joke. Trying to find food, Steph answers at the same time. Have you tried Bourbon Street yet? It's so cold in here, some of the fresh stuff might still be fresh, Sean says. Sounds great, let's go, I answer. It sounds like Sean has already figured it out with experience. The fresh stuff is better than the odds and ends junk food I've been eating. We make our way to the restaurant alley. So where did you disappear to? Sean asked me. I woke up in chapters. I'm not sure why I was there. I don't remember much from the last day, I reveal. Steph switches the subject as we approach our turnoff. I wonder what's going on out there. The end of the world should have happened by now. Not necessarily. Maybe they're hiding Maybe they're biding their time, Brad answers, but I don't think that's it. Maybe we should rethink it all. Less end of the world and more global takeover. Brad puts into words where my thoughts had been headed. They're what? Demons, monsters, animals? They would want a world that they can live in after this is all over. They would need us for what? Food or slaves? Either way, they need us to live for now. Steph adds on. How long has it been? 4 days? Has anyone been able to talk with any of our families? Maybe they're looking for us. We should go find them, Sean says. Think about this going on for a long while. Brad continues. We should go. Get someone to let us out for a day or two. We can find out what's going on and see if we could find our families. They could still be alive. Now I feel guilty. All of us have been partying and we should have gone to look for our families. Sean is the first person to say that we should go see if our loved ones are safe. We shouldn't tell anyone else. We can't go all over Edmonton looking for everyone else's family, especially when we have to get to Spruce. And if everyone has their own vehicles, we would never be able to come back here. A bunch of vehicles leaving here are going to cause too much of a scene for someone not to notice us. And what? They pick off the vehicles one by one as we try to leave? Brad makes a lot of sense. We can trust Gary. He'll let us out and back in. No problem. We go now while everyone is drunk or hungover, I say. They won't miss us. Brad starts walking the way we came. He turns around when he notices that no one's following him. You said now, so let's go. I open my mouth to argue, but I didn't mean this second now. We were trying to find food, but I can't think of a reason why we shouldn't go now. Where's Gary? Over by the boat with Peter's family the last time I saw him. 1 year sober. He said it would take a lot more than the end of the world for him to start drinking again, Sean says. I grab my sword and follow behind Brad to the boat. Everyone follow us. When we get there, Brad already has Gary's attention. Gary looks like he knows exactly why when he looks at Sean. He's the one who had brought it up, so maybe he had already had a conversation with Gary about it. Gary, Sean says, we're going to leave now. All right. Gary doesn't get up from his seat. Peter and his family don't seem shocked either. Do you mind locking us out and letting us back in? Gary's already getting up before Brad even finishes. Of course. You're taking your truck? Gary walks over to us and motions at us to guide the way off the boat. Brad nods. We walk in silence to Bourbon Street. It doesn't take us long. We unlock the door and walk outside. A quick look tells us nothing is happening. No noise, nothing in our sights. How long should it take? Gary asks. He looks at his watch. Half hour there, half hour back, and 2 hours to go through all of our houses. Maybe a bit of extra time if we run into problems. Sean figures it out loud. Gary figures out the time on his watch. If you aren't back by nightfall, stay somewhere safe overnight. Don't risk it. Leave at sunup. I'll be checking every hour or so for you here. Good luck. Thank you, each of us says. Gary goes back inside and locks the doors. Everything looks normal as far as we can see. I know that the moment we get out to the roads, it will be all but. We get into Brad's truck. I take the rear driver's seat. Sean doesn't wait for us to get settled. He pulls away immediately after the last door is shut. The vehicle doesn't make a screech from the tires, but I'm sure they were very close to it. He goes to the closest exit to the roads. Brad pulls to a stop. I can't see the whole picture, but what I can see is vehicles piled up and dark stains on the ground and smoke. All of our windows slide down. We listen for any noise and anything that will let us know if anything is still happening where we are. Slowly this time, Brad pulls forward. I keep my eyes glued out the window the whole trip. After a while, the images just pass by. I don't register anything in particular, and Brad was driving as fast as he could handle. I don't think the whole trip between the cities took 10 minutes. My hometown looks normal, but more ghost town-like. There's no one around, not one sign of the devastation in Edmonton. Maybe it's more localized than we thought, something that only happened to Edmonton. Maybe Spruce Grove was just evacuated. I can always hope for the best. Sean's house is first. It's the closest house to this side of town. He lives in the new cookie-cutter houses in the new area of town. After a few twists and turns, we finally pull up front. Brad parks right out front, something we normally wouldn't do because Sean has a fire hydrant right next to the front of his house. The zone covers the entirety of his road parking area. After the first 3 times people got tickets, we started parking across the street, so now his neighbors get mad at us. Sean calmly gets out of the truck, but everyone else stays. I'm not sure whether we should stay or go. He's probably faster if we all stay, but there are a lot of different things that could be waiting inside for him. He unlocks the door. I guess that might be a good sign. None of the windows look like they're broken. He should be fine. I roll down my windows some more to make sure that if he yells for help, we can hear. Sean goes inside and shuts the door behind him. I watch the house, looking for anything that doesn't belong, some sort of movement through the window. How long should we let him be in there before we go to check to see if he's okay? Brad tries the radio again, but there's nothing but static on every channel he tries, even through the satellite radio channels. The door finally opens. Sean comes out carrying a duffel bag and pulling luggage behind him. He shuts the door and brings the bags to the back of the truck. He climbs back inside and buckles up. Everyone waits on him to say something. Drive, he tells Brad. When Brad doesn't immediately do so, Sean gives up a little bit more information, the answers to everyone's questions. No one was there, so I grabbed a few things and got out. Drive. Brad turns around and drives. It's his house next. We drive away from the new area of town and go to the older neighborhoods. Brad, Steph, and I live somewhat close to each other. 10 minutes walk tops to get to either of our houses. We turn right before the school and go down a block. Neither of his parents' vehicles are here, so I'm betting they aren't either. Brad pulls the truck over and turns it off. He leaves the keys in the ignition. He does the same thing that Sean had. He goes into the house alone, and after a few minutes, he comes out with a large bag of stuff. Brad loads the bag into the back and gets into the driver's seat. He gives Steph a grocery bag of chips. Brad rustles the bag in his hand. He holds the bag open to us. Chips, anyone? Thank you. I stick my hand in to pull out a handful. Sean declines, so Brad puts the bag down. He starts up the truck again and drives a few blocks out to the trailer park where Steph lives with her parents. Steph hesitates for only a couple of seconds to get out of the truck, but she goes for it. She opens the gate, goes across the deck, around the railing, and up the stairs. She walks right into the trailer. Her parents never lock the door. She leaves it open. I search through her windows to make sure nothing goes wrong. Her scream is faint. Brad moves first, leaping out of the truck. Sean and I follow right after. My heart races. Someone should have gone with her. We were stupid to let her go in alone. Brad gets caught at the gate. I almost run into him. He reaches around and launches the lock. He swings the gate open with enough force that it hits the side of the fence. We get through the door and go left. A quick look to the right shows an empty kitchen. Through the living room, down the hall, they pass the closed doors and go straight into Steph's parents' room. Steph's dad lies on the bed. I gag. The smell and sight hit me at the same time. His chest had been ripped open and inside looks too empty. There's blood everywhere. I can't look anymore. I go to Steph. She's frozen in place staring at her dad. I move in front of her to block her view. She just stares right through me. I think she's in shock. Brad, get her out of here. Go back to the truck, I tell Brad. He picks her up and carries her out. Turning around, I try not to look at the body. Sean, he doesn't answer, just keeps staring at Steph's dad. I try a little louder. Sean. He looks at me. Let's get out of here. We'll grab a few things for Steph and go. I close the door behind us. If we need to come back here because we missed something, then at least none of us have to see that again. No, I'm not leaving, Steph screams. Sean and I run to the living room. We get there just in time to see Steph fall out of Brad's arm and hit the ground. She quickly recovers and latches herself onto the couch. I'm not leaving. Brad tries to make her let go, but he just receives an elbow to his nose. Walking over to her, I put my hand on Brad, silently telling him to let me try. I sit down on the ground in front of Steph. Why don't you want to leave? My mom isn't here. I can't leave until she comes back, she tries to reason. Her mom and dad would have been together at the time of the attack. If whatever it was that killed her dad didn't take her mom, then she ran off and could come back here. We need to leave here. But I know she isn't going to leave as long as there is a chance that her mom might come back. How about we leave a note? Tell her where we are and where to find us. I stand up and go into the kitchen, finding a scrap paper on the table and a pen in the junk drawer. I bring them to Steph. She lets go of the couch to grab them. She crawls over the coffee table and writes her note. I look up from her. Sean and Brad are looking at each other. They look upset. Steph stands up and walks out of the house. Brad grabs the letter and shoves it in his pocket. What the hell are you doing? I yell in a whisper so Stephanie doesn't hear. We can't leave a note. Her mom's not coming back, but someone else might. We can't have the wrong people finding us. Brad walks away, placing finality to the discussion. Sean walks up to me. You know he's right. Maybe, but there's a chance she could be alive and come back. He doesn't agree. If she's alive, would you come back? We did, I point out. And so far, my parents are dead. Steph's dad is dead, and who knows if Brad found his parents dead too. Let's just grab her things and leave. He turns and goes towards the bedroom. I'm sorry, I apologize. He hadn't said anything. I didn't know. Sean busies himself walking around the room. He settles on the dresser, opening a drawer. It's full of bras and underwear. He sighs and sits down on the bed. I have no idea what to pack her. She has a luggage set in her closet. Take the smaller one and grab some food. Whatever isn't going to go back soon. I'll deal with her things. He looks grateful for the escape. Sean goes to the closet and takes out the luggage. He finds the one I spoke about and takes it out towards the kitchen. I grab the other one and lay it on the bed, taking care and packing each item I find, a mix of sentimental items and her favorite clothing. Doesn't take too much to fill up the bag. I make sure to pack her scrapbooking album right on top of everything. I zip the lid down and lift it off the bed. It's heavy. Pulling out the handle, I roll it along the floor behind me. It's getting dark outside already. I don't think we'll be going back tonight. It can't be too late, but it's winter. Sean's not in the kitchen, so he must have left already. I leave the house, closing the door behind me. It takes some effort to get the luggage down the stairs and off the deck. Sean meets me at the edge of the property and takes it from there. Brad and Steph are in the back seat. She's crying now, and all I can see of her is her brown hair. Her face is tucked into Brad. The shock of it all is over. I hop into the passenger seat, and Sean takes the driver's seat when he's done loading the bag. Brad hands him the keys. I don't bother to put my seatbelt on. We go down 2 blocks out of the trailer park and take a left and down 1 block, and we're at my place. I grab my purse and get out. I hear someone shut their door after me. Going into the gate to the backyard, I unlock and open the door. 1 moment of silence. I don't hear anything. Sean comes up behind me. I'll take the stairs, you take downstairs. I'll take upstairs, you take downstairs, I tell him. There's enough light to be able to see up here, but I don't think he'll be able to see much in the basement. We should have brought flashlights. Maybe we might have one in the junk drawer. I go to our island and open the drawer. It takes a few moments and moving everything around before I finally find a small keychain flashlight. At least it's something. I turn it on and give it to Sean. He goes down the stairs. 3 thuds and a small grunt of pain are familiar. I giggle at the memories of just about everyone that has ever been in this house falling the same way down those stairs. I guess I should have warned him. Again. The stairs are slippery. Are you okay? Yeah. He sounds like he's not too sure about it, but I think his pride might be hurt more than he is. I check out the living room next. There's nothing in here, nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing in here, nothing out of the ordinary. I go upstairs. The bathroom is empty. Left to my parents' room or right to my room? Parents' room. Might as well get this over with. The door is open, so I can see most of the room. Nothing out of the ordinary so far. I walk further in. There's nothing in here. My room is next. I open the door and give it a quick sweep. Wait, didn't I make the bed? Maybe I didn't. I shake my head. All clear, Sean yells from 2 floors down, probably from the bottom of the same stairs he fell down. I take one more glance around the room. Still nothing. I leave and meet Sean in the kitchen. Same. Hey, I was thinking we'd spend the night here. I don't think we'll make it back before the doors are locked for the night. What do you think? Yeah, that would be a good idea. I was thinking the same thing. It would be the safest choice. Sean agrees with me. The familiar sound of the gate closing lets me know that someone's coming. I look out to the truck, but I only see Steph. We hear Brad before we see him come around with the small wall. Are you almost ready? We should go. It's getting dark out there. Sean looks to me, then back to Brad. We should stay here for the night. It'll be dark before we get back. Gary will have locked the doors and got back to the boat. I don't want to find a place for the night while it's already dark out. We'll make it back before then. Brad wants to get back to the safety of the mall. No, we won't. It's winter. Blink and it's dark outside. Give it 10 minutes and it'll be pitch black out. It takes longer than 10 minutes to get back to the mall. The boys glare at each other, and for a moment it looks like they're about to butt heads. Brad backs down first. Fine, we'll stay. He leaves to go get Steph. I relax. Hungry now, I go to the pantry. I stare at it, not able to decide what to eat until Brad and Steph are back in the house. I guess it's dry cereal tonight again. I never really noticed how little we have for dry or canned food. I grab a box and place it on the counter. For a moment, I think to grab a bowl, but decide against it. There isn't much in the box anyway. I pick the cereal back up off the counter. Opening the flaps, I stick my hand in the plastic bag and pull out a small handful of the sweet cereal. Tilting my head back, I drop the cereal into my mouth. Box in hand and still munching on the cereal, I walk into the living room. I stop just past the stairs. Stephanie is in Brad's arms, sobbing quietly. Brad looks up when he notices me. He gives me a look that says to give them a moment. This might have been the best option for us all. Give Steph some time to mourn in a familiar and comfortable environment, without people who couldn't care less. I nod and back out. It may be early, but it might just be for the best for me to go to bed, and at least hide or at least hide in my room. I walk up the stairs to the second door on the right, my room. I close the door behind me, wishing I had a light of some sort so I could see my way around. It's still not too bad. I can see the bare outlines of major furniture in the room. I walk over to my nightstand and place my purse on it. A few steps away, I place the box of cereal on top of the dresser. I pull out a change of clothing to change into something more comfortable to sleep in, something way warmer than the scant clothes I have on now. The clean clothes feel a lot better than what I had on. While sweatpants seem to be warm enough to last me through the night, I think I may need a sweater to cover the tank top. My arms are already chilly. I go a few steps to my closet and open the one door. It's a lot darker inside, and I can't see a thing. I reach in and try to feel for the right type of cloth. Following my fingers along the row of hangers, I hit something that feels like a hood. Holding it up to the light so I can see it, it's my warmest hoodie. Unzipping the hoodie, I pull it off the hanger, tossing the hanger to the side and pull on the hoodie. I walk back to the bed. Pulling back the covers, I slip in and settle down. For a moment, I close my eyes. In the comfort of my own bed, it's easy to believe and pretend that none of the past few days have happened. That my mom and dad are downstairs watching some TV show. That I can turn on my lamp beside my bed and just write some poetry. Whatever poetry I would write would be about some stupid thing that happened at work that day, or maybe something that happened with my friends. Something dramatic for whatever drama I was facing, or maybe something flowery for the end of a wonderful day. I would listen to whatever music or conversation was on the radio, maybe turn on my humidifier to fill the room with the citrus scent. I roll over and hug my pillow. I bury my face in it and take a deep breath in. It smells of home and my flowery shampoo. I guess I can do one normal thing. I could try writing some poetry. I grab the notebook and my pen out of my purse. I open it up to the next blank page. It's a bit dark, so this entry might not be the neatest. I think about what I want to write. There's so much that happened, it's hard to pick just one. Devastating fire wipes it all away. Nothing is as it was. All that is left was. Time passes and wounds heal. What was left has time to heal. The seeds will grow. The people have to grow. Once was will never be. The new world will be. The time it takes to get the words out depletes my light. I yawn and yawn again. With no light and exhaustion settling in, I decide to turn in for the night. Going through my nightly routine as much as I can without any water, I make a note to pack my hygiene items tomorrow. They feel much better than the dollar store replacements. As I settle in bed, I imagine my mom's voice in sync with mine. Good night, sweetheart. Sweet dreams. Don't let the bed bugs bite. The words act as a comforting hug. The feeling helps me lull into a deep sleep.